Ryan Capital here, and today we're going to be talking about how you can possibly make 50% on Render token using Liquidity as a service. First, for a quick rundown of the Render token, Render is currently sitting at $5.51, and on the 24-hour chart, it's green, it's up, as well as the 1-month chart and the 1-year chart. So this is a great sign to see, and the Render token is pretty strong. You're probably asking, what is Render? So we can go to the website right here, rendernetwork.com. So basically, Render rents out GPU services to people who need them, whether it's AI businesses or other types of businesses, just projects that need GPUs. So there's actually a use case behind the Render token. It's not just some meme coin. On their website, you can read more in depth about the token and their project, but I was just giving a quick rundown. And basically, you can earn on the token by putting it into a liquidity pool, and you can get this token by renting out your GPU. So basically, for a quick rundown of what the Liquidity as a service business model is you are the liquidity provider, you have liquidity capital, and you provide that into a cryptocurrency or multiple cryptocurrencies. And when someone makes a trade in that or those cryptocurrencies that you are providing capital for, you get a percentage of the fees that the trader is paying. And it's basically a win-win for the trader and for you, because that trader wants to execute a trade, and by you providing liquidity, he's able to do that. And when the trade gets executed, you get paid a percentage of the fees. So it's really cool. So first thing you want to do is go over to metrics.finance and hit launch the app. Then go over to the discover section. Now, some features in this video are using the free version of Metrics Finance, but others are using the pro version. So if you want to claim a free trial for 30 days of Metrics Finance, click the link down in the description below so you can try out this great software completely for free. So go to select exchange, hit select all, under select network, hit all, and then in the pools little filter button on the left, I'm going to type in Render right here for must include. Okay, so now it's going to show me pools that include Render. You can also change some settings such as TVL, average fees, the fees APR. You can put filters on them, but in this case, there's only 11 pools being shown. So I don't need to put on a ton of filters to find these pools. There's only 11 of them, so it won't be too hard for me to sort through them. Look, we can take a look at some of these pools right here. First up, WETH to Render. It says it's doing 85% APR. So we can go to the simulate tab on the right, open it up in a new tab, and we can dive deeper into this position. Remember, there are risks associated with liquidity mining, so make sure you do your due diligence and only invest in these positions if you're actually bullish on them. So at the current setting, it says we're getting a yearly APR of 85%. Now I'm going to go ahead and change the current price to where more of the liquidity is right here. Now it says the yearly APR is 53%. Now the reason I did this was to try to make this estimate of APR as realistic as possible for me. So you can scroll down, you can also see a volume history, and this is really interesting. You can see the volume of this pool. And the calculation range right here is set at 30 days. Now since I want to be more accurate, I'm going to turn that down. Let's go to about 12 days. Now we can see the volume history for the last 12 days. And looking at the last 12 days of data, it says we're getting a yearly APR of 71%. That's great, but I believe it can be better. Now for the max price and min price, let's try to find our range. Now we may need to adjust these in the future, but let's see what we have so far. So let's put this at about 490, and then we can put the min price at about, I'm going to go 367. And we can check this with the calculation range again to see if we like our range. So I'm just checking it. This might be a bit too tight on the top end, but for now I'll leave it. And look, with this calculation range, let's set this to 14 days again. It says we're getting 121% APR. So again, this is pretty great of an APR, 121% a year by being in this pool. But in this case, you have more Render token. So say you're less bullish on Render token and more bullish on Ethereum, you can have your position where you have less Render and more Ethereum. So for example, as I'm dragging this slider up of the max price on the right, I'm getting more and more Ethereum and less Render. So now it's at 50% Ethereum and 49% Render. My yearly APR is still 111%. I'm going to move down the min price as well. And now we're even more bullish on Ethereum. 55% Ethereum, 45% Render, still 120% yearly APR. This is looking great. So if I was bullish on both Ethereum and Render, this could definitely be something I'd want to add into my portfolio. So you can go ahead and save the portfolio so you can do your own due diligence on it, do your research, and then if you're comfortable investing into it, you can go ahead and invest into it. I'm going to go back here to Metrics Finance and check out some other Render pools. Remember, here at Metrics Finance, in no way are we financial advisors. We're not telling you what you should or shouldn't do with your money. We're just showing you our opinions on some specific pools. So now if we go down, let's see another good looking pool. Let's look. Scrolling down, I see this pool, USDC to Render. It says it has a 28% APR, and if we change the range, we could get that higher. But the thing is, I personally wouldn't want to invest into this pool because the TVL is under 300,000. I'm not saying this pool is a scam or it won't make you profit, etc. But for me, I'd want to preferably be invested into pools that have a over $1 million or $2 million TVL. The last one we looked at, WETH to Render, had 10 million TVL, and this one in TVL only has 248,000. So I wouldn't really look at that. You could if you want to, but that's a bit too low for me. But I'm going to go here and check out this position render to Sol. I personally am bullish on Sol, so this could be a great position for me. So I'm going to go ahead and simulate it. Let's open it up in a new tab. Now, after reloading the page and looking at the render pools once again, it looks like that at the moment there's not too many available pools. So it looks like this WETH to render pool could be our best option. But I am going to go ahead and scroll down and check out this render to wrapped polygon matic position. It has about 500,000 TVL, isn't terrible, but we're going to check this out. So let's go ahead and simulate it and see what we can get. So first I'm going to align the current price where the highest liquidity is. Let's see about here. It says we're getting a 31% APR. If we go max range a bit tighter, min price a bit tighter, even though I don't know if there's much room we can go, it says we're getting 34% APR. So again, if you're bullish on Polygon and Render, this could be a good position for you. I personally am more bullish on Render than Polygon, so I'm going to adjust my price. So I'm going to turn up the max price a good amount, then turn down the min price a bit more. And it says we have 56% Render, 43% Polygon, and we're getting about 32% APR. So it seems like the last pool we're looking at is better, but I'd still have to do my due diligence into both pools to see which one actually suits me better. And looking at the volume, it has stayed pretty consistent, which is a good sign. It doesn't seem like there's a ton of ups and ton of downs. We have this big up here. Other than that, it's pretty consistent. We could even go to the calculation range and look at it about 12 to 14 days. Let's go to 12 days. Now it says we're getting a yearly APR of 32% after using the last 12 days of data, but the volume history is still pretty consistent. That's the word I was looking for. So that's a solid sign. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to subscribe and click the bell to turn on post notifications so you don't miss an upload. Anyways, guys, click the video on the screen and I'll see you in the next one.